Shivoham, Shivoham. Seven a.m. meditation, and a time to close your eyes as you get into a comfortable position. Quietly still the mind. Still the mind as you prepare to reach that state of eternal bliss, that state of truth consciousness. Are you ready? Every morning at 7, we get together and we go through a guided meditation for 30 minutes with the topic. And what is the topic for today? Today's topic, switch on the light. Today's topic is switch on the light. Let us start. Close your eyes. Be comfortable. Any position that can give you complete focus, complete concentration, no distraction. Switch on the light. We all understand the meaning. When we enter a dark room, we switch on the light. If we don't switch on the light, it's dark. We cannot see. We must switch on the light. But today's meditation is not about switching on the light in your room. It is about overcoming the darkness that is within, going deep into the depth of consciousness and switching on the light of truth, switching on the light of intelligence, overcoming the darkness of ignorance. And some people still wonder, why every morning 30 minutes of meditation? But some people are enjoying this 30 minutes because these 30 minutes build the day. A day of peace, of joy, of love, of bliss. These 30 minutes can become the most important part of the day. Because we spend 30 minutes in contemplation. It may be about the mind, maybe about the body, the ego, the soul, life, God, happiness. We touch many topics: religion, spirituality, death, birth. We cover a spectrum of topics. But the idea is not the topic. The idea is to switch off. Switch off the mind. switch on the light. There are two different things we talk of. Today, switch on the light. Switch on the light. When you switch on the light, in that bright light, there is no mind. The mind doesn't exist. It is just a bundle of toxic thoughts. It is creating rotten thoughtitis. And rotten thoughtitis means the disease that creates fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, guilt. Why? Why make our life built on these toxic thoughts? We must live with peace, with love, with bliss. But because of darkness created by the mind, darkness created by toxic thoughts, darkness created by ignorance, darkness caused by desire, darkness caused by negativity, our whole life becomes gloomy. My dear friends, life has a purpose. We all want to be happy. And so we are running after pleasure, not realizing that the pursuit of pleasure creates pain. How to switch on the light and to discover the way to enjoy pleasure. We need the light of truth. Some people say, renounce pleasure, give up pleasure. Is that the secret? In the initial state, in the beginning, maybe when we give up some desires and pleasures, we reach that state of peace in which we discover purpose. But is that the way to enlightenment? Is that the way that meditation works? No. You don't need renunciation. You don't need renunciation. You need realization. And how do we reach that state of realization? That state of realization comes when you switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch on the light and see the truth. Realize the truth. Open your real eyes. In life, if we continue to believe the myth, if we live with the fairy tales, if we believe the lies, we pray to a God that lives in the skies, we will never realize Wake up. Wake up to the truth. And you wake up to the truth when you switch on the light. Switch on the light. Every morning, 7 a.m., we take a topic and silently switching off the senses, switching off the mind, we remain in a state of SatChitAnanda. We remain in a state of Ananda that comes from SatChit, truth consciousness. Every morning, 7 a.m., we contemplate what is the truth of life. Every morning at 7 a.m., we move from a state of mind to a state of consciousness, state of ignorance to a state of intelligence. Switch on the light and switch off the mind. Switch on the light means switch on the light of consciousness. When you switch on the light of consciousness, you still the mind, you activate the intelligence, you discriminate, you decide, you choose. Switch on the light. Where is the switch? Many people wonder, I want light, but where is the switch? The switch is that ability. The switch is that ability to move from ignorance to intelligence, from darkness to light, from sadness to joy, negative to positive. Switch on the light and remain peaceful. Remain peaceful and remain blissful. My dear friends, when we switch on the light, what do we see? We see, I am divine energy. We realize I am not the body that will die. I am not the mind I cannot find. The body may experience pain again and again. But if you switch on the light, you won't suffer that pain. Switch on the light. What do you see when you switch on the light? I am the divine soul. Switch on the light. What do you see? I will never die. I will never die. You overcome the fear of death. It is so common for people to be afraid of death. Oh, I will die. Oh, I will die. Oh, I will die. Switch on the light. Switch on the light and realize I am the soul, that spark of unique life. I am the soul that is breathing, giving breath. I am the soul that's causing the heartbeat. I am the soul that is in every breath. I am that energy. I am that power. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch off the mind. The key is to switch on the light. The key. Then you can see. When you switch on the light, you have the key. And when you open the key, what do you see? You see God lives in the temple of your heart. You realize that God is not in the sky, that's a lie. You discover God in the temple of your heart. And you may call this self-realization, God-realization. When we switch on the light, we automatically evolve on the journey. When we switch on the light, we live with peace and love and bliss. When we switch on the light, when we switch on the light, the ego is enlightened. I am not I. Switch on the light. The ego is enlightened. I am not I, but I am. Who am I? I am that power. I am that spark of unique life. I am the breath. I am the prana. I am the very power that's making the heart beat. Tuck, 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 tuck. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. My dear friends, imagine living a life without light. Imagine a dark night, no light. Imagine waking up, there's no sunshine, pitch darkness. You can barely see. Even God has created a light every morning. He switches on the light of sunshine. Switch on the light. Just like the sun shines, God teaches us that God is SIP, the Supreme Immortal Power. How do we switch on the light to see the light of truth? When we switch on the light, we overcome darkness. When we switch on the light, we overcome ignorance. When we switch on the light, we overcome desire, fire of desire. ultimately, we have to switch on the light within and make it shine bright. Like a blazing sun, it should shine and shine and shine. This light within should never have a sunset. This light within must always shine. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? How to reach that state of SatChitAnanda, truth, consciousness, bliss. Switch on the light. Today's topic, switch on the light. Don't sit in darkness. Don't sit with ignorance. You are SIP. You are God. Switch on the light. You are the wealthiest person, the richest person in the world. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. In meditation, you will get into a trance. Let it be. Come back into consciousness as you switch on the light and realize you are God. You are SIP, Supreme Immortal Power. You are a tiny speck of SIP. You, me, we are all SIP. But there is darkness. We cannot see that we are divine energy. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch on the light with your intellect. The switch is the intelligence. The switch is in the consciousness that's created by the soul. Switch on the light. All you remember today, switch on the light. 4 words that can change your life. Switch on the light and see the bright truth. Let it shine. The mind will wander. The mind will take you to France and to dance. But when you switch on the light, there is no mind. When you switch on the light, you are established in consciousness. When you switch on the light, you become that dedicated divine instrument. Switch on the light and live with the truth. Hari Om Tat Sat. Live with the truth. Neti Neti Tattvamasi. 30 minutes every morning, established in consciousness. 30 minutes every morning, being guided into meditation. 30 minutes of pure wisdom, Jnana Yoga. Normally, we wander. Normally, we go to yesterday and tomorrow. There is misery, there is sorrow. We lose the present moment. Why? The present moment shines with the light of truth. But if you don't switch on the light, there'll be darkness, blur, fully blur, darkness, ignorance, negativity, desire. Switch on the light. Switch on the light and remain in consciousness. Switch on the light and be established with the truth. Switch on the light and choose intelligence greater than AI, artificial intelligence, greater than HI, human intelligence. Be united with Supreme Intelligence. Be established in SatChitAnanda. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Go within. Go within in the temple that is inside. Switch on the light and keep that light on 24/7. Seek nothing but the truth. Seek nothing but that light of bliss, of joy, of love, of peace. Switch on the light. Today, wherever you go, keep the light on. Today, wherever you go, hold the torch of truth. Today, wherever you go, be lit up with SatChitAnanda. Switch on the light. Switch off the mind. Switch on the light. Enlighten the ego. Switch on the light. Discover God is within. Switch on the light. I am the soul. Switch on the light. I am sip. Switch on the light. Switch on the light and remain established in the bright sunshine of the truth. Switch on the light. Switch on the light. Switch on. Open your real eyes. Real eyes. Open your real eyes. Overcome the real lies that are part of your life. Wipe out the ignorance. Wipe out the darkness. Rub the palms of your hands. Put them on your eyes. And as you face the darkness of the palms, gently open your eyes. Gently, gently. And as you open your eyes, you realize, I have to switch on the light. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham.